Are you ready to learn? Because my super experienced guests are ready to share some really valuable information. Make sure and listen all the way to the end to get help and support. So let's start with the best audio experience.
Hello guys, welcome to our show. Today we discuss about my loving topic, video content marketing, because today you can't ignore this channel, you can't ignore this kind of marketing, because most customers prefer to watch video content before buying any products. That's why I'm so excited to discuss this topic with Sergey. Ross, how are you?
Happy to be here. Happy to be in Anatoly. Great. That's a cool intro. That looks really cool.
Nice. Uh, Before we start, just tell more about yourself, experience, background, and why you decided to share with us about video content marketing. And one more, tell me why you have Mike Tyson on your background.
Mike is a big inspiration, of course. I love boxing. I love fighting. I love MMA, and obviously Mike is a legend, one of the best fighters. So always will look to follow inspirational people, and a good reminder, or when you're punched, keep going. So like that. In terms of myself, I'm a YouTuber. I make TikTok videos all about Ukraine and Russia right now. Background in marketing. I've done lots of different kinds of marketing, demand gen, operations, social media marketing, focused over the last 3 years on video content. And I love creating video. So that's where I'm bringing my experience into the world of B2B and just general businesses that are not as familiar as typical regular YouTube creators.
Yeah, nice. By the way, you found that I see Mike Tyson and forget to say about your books that you have on your background. So, it depends on what you can see. But anyway, I love reading books as well. I
Absolutely.
like how Mike Tyson performed on boxing. So yeah, he's
Amazing
great inspiration.
biography, amazing audiobook, and just a regular book. I forgot the name, but it's just like 6 hour or like a long biography of Mike, where he basically narrates the whole thing.
Yeah, okay. Sergey, I have the first question. Can you tell how to start filming videos without any experience? For example, in 2017, I decided to launch my YouTube channel. That was Ukrainian channel.
Right.
Then, I felt for me it's better to break my leg than film a first video. But when I got experience, improved a little bit, got confidence. After that, of course, I can film today videos if I have time. But can you tell for someone who just needs to jump on this field, because I have a lot of customers in my audience who wanna start their YouTube journey, TikTok journey, social media, video productions, but they don't know what to do. Can you tell how to get this confidence?
I think I would recommend to start with in the easiest way possible. You want to make it as easy as possible for yourself. I would not do YouTube, because YouTube is difficult, and it's especially when you're trying to build something new and it's not comfortable. If you try to do too much or try to do something that is really difficult, you give up pretty quickly. That's a natural human tendency. We're all the same. You want to start something that is easy. For example, TikTok, zero editing, and you want to talk about something that relates to what you're doing. And the easiest one is, I would just take the classic Gary Vee suggestion: document your journey. Hey guys, today I'm starting my day. I'm going to do this and this. I had the conversation with the customer, and you're not looking necessarily that much about the likes or views, because there will be little at the beginning. You just want to build a habit of getting comfortable doing that. And the easiest one is to document and not think too much about what is it about. It's just more to do like, let's set a goal. We'll make 2-3 videos a week. Let's just put them out and see, and not care too much about the end result. And that way you could slowly start building that, and it can develop from there. Mostly what you're looking for at the very beginning is to get comfortable putting something out and not caring too much what people would say. I think if you can get through that, and you need to do that in a there's a repetition that is required, and then over time you'll be like, hey, it doesn't matter. I could put something, I could say whatever I want, and and that way you are able to play the game longer, because it's not about just like, as you know, it's not just about 1 week. It's about like a couple of years, 10 years.
Yeah, you remind me of PewDiePie. When he filmed 100 videos to get 285 subscribers. Today he has 110 million. Mr. Beast filmed videos an year and a half to get first 1,000 subscribers.
Totally.
Now everyone knows about Mr. Beast. So can you tell about another aspect like patience? Okay, PewDiePie, Mr. Beast have patience to go ahead, failing many times without any likes, comments, but they love what they do to keep going ahead. But I see many content creators give up, because they can't get results after the first video. Even more, most content creators don't start. They don't start because they don't know. They compare themselves to prominent influencers. How you can overcome them without any experience? And the best advice that I got on YouTube: film 100 bad videos. Just film 100 bad videos. Don't care a lot about quality, as you mentioned about Gary Vee, because he always shares, think more about quantity than quality. Then during some time you can get quality as well, improve confidence, quality. So can you tell about patience, how to go ahead even if you have no likes, comments, anything, no engagement rate, but you need to do this job?
It's tough. There's no there is no one, if there's something I could add to the discussion, there is no one way to do it. It's like discipline. There's no one simple way to do it. There's no one simple way to build the patience and ignore the results. I don't think anybody could necessarily, any book or any person who is inspirational could give you that. I think it's just something that you want to connect this with something really important, like some kind of an important outcome. And I'll give you an example because that's easier. The reason I do videos is because I 100% believe that I have the potential to become one of the best content creators, and I love creating video content. And to me, that's my mission. I want to be telling stories. If you need to have a strong reason, because otherwise it's just too difficult. It doesn't have to be this reason. It can be a reason for, well, my business is going to build over time and I need this marketing, and it does work. The branding does work. But to do it long term, you want to have certain convictions that this is the right thing to do. It's a tough one. I don't think there's one way to do it. I don't think there's one magic formula, to be honest, to say just do this, do 100 videos, and you'll get there. I think what you want to focus on is output, your own output. Let's say you set a goal, I want to make 50 videos, and you just put a check mark. I did 1, 2, 3, 4. You put it on the calendar somewhere. You don't really care that much about the end result. But then once you do those, you do them as push-ups. You do them as the way that you prepare for a marathon. And then once you've done them, you could then reassess, like, how are we looking? Then you can go back and watch the first video. Because if you start connecting your results that you get after you publish the video, and you don't get that many likes or views, then it's just so much easier to give up. Ideally, you're also thinking about the bigger picture, but then it's very individual for everyone, right?
Yeah. One more thing that I usually use, you need to enjoy the process. If you don't enjoy the process, for example, I can play basketball. I can play basketball every day. I believe that I will never play in NBA and any other league because probably I'm old. It's not my main direction, but I enjoy the process. I still play basketball without any belief or goals, just to spend time. It's a healthy issue. It's a sporting issue. So, yeah. And I see when content creators don't enjoy the process, they force themselves. I need to do it. I need to film. I need to write or anything else. It's better to find your loving format. If you like writing, just do it.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. There's got to be like it's got to feel right in a way. It's not going to be perfectly comfortable. I don't like writing any kinds of scripts, but man, I love putting out the videos that like for example, we're gonna make a story. I'll show you how sick Putin is, and I'll show you the sequence of frames that you've never seen before. I love that. I absolutely I enjoy creating something, and it's tough, but it's just so it's very satisfying. Obviously, for other reasons.
I
But yeah.
I hope it's real that Putin is sick. I hope.
Well,
So,
I unfortunately no. The outcome, the what I did say to people is that the only confirmation we know is that dude played hockey in February 2022 because that call was
yeah.
from with Macron was leaked. And if you connect that fact, it means that the guy is way healthier than he's been portrayed in Ukrainian media, and he's been portrayed in Western media. We all have our wish, but it's a little bit too early.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I never wish anything like this to anybody else except Mr. Putin. No, just this guy, nobody else in this life. Okay, let's leave Putin. I think Ukraine will win. So
They
because
will.
Ukrainian army is strong, we have the support, and yeah, it's hard. I still have business in Ukraine. I communicate every single day with my team to understand what pain points they have. I didn't stop any process, so it's hard. But what I like that Ukrainian people have the spirit, have this belief, and yeah. Any army in the world can destroy it, So if you have this spirit and belief,
Absolutely.
okay, let's talk about video content production for the sake of selling products. So, how to submit call to action? Because most video content is educational or entertainment. It depends on your goals. Inspirational, like Tony Robbins, Gary Vee. But can you tell how to sell products? Because if companies feel video content, they have the goal to increase sales, the fuel of their businesses. Tell insights how to submit call to action.
Yeah, there are multiple ways you can do it. You could insert call to action right in the end. A typical way, hey guys, if you like this video, go subscribe. If you like this video, go into a link tree and order a product. You could start it from the very beginning, which is not advisable generally, like a pre-roll ad. You start about talking about this video is sponsored by Squarespace, blah, 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 blah. We've all seen that. You could probably do it. The best way to do it is in the middle at the coolest moment of the video. If you're trying to show something, for example, the best folks that I've seen how do it is, let's say you are, there's a guy called Mentor Pilot, and before he just explains the most juicy part of the air crash, he's like, hey, just a quick note before we get any further, I've got this community on Patreon. It would mean a lot if you could support me so I could keep making those videos. So it just comes right in the middle maybe just before, where people are very interested to hear what happens next. Ideally, you do it in the middle, you do it in the end as well, but it's just those calls to action that you absolutely want to do. And the reason is because you always need to hold people's hand. There needs to be one call to action, one specific one. You want to tell people exactly in the plain English what to do, where to go, and you want to repeat it a few times. And not being too obnoxious, but you want to repeat it because they'll forget and they won't go anywhere.
Okay, let's talk about one person that occupies my TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Jenna Ortega. If I open TikTok, I can see a bunch of videos with this nice music, with this young, so talented human being. But I often get this question: how to film viral videos? And it's a great example right now because it's trending, it's interesting. Even I asked my wife, probably we can subscribe one more time to Netflix to watch this Wednesday show. So tell, by the way, it's call to action, she knows how to get more subscribers to Netflix. Tell how to film such videos to get, such success.
There is no one easy way to do it. If there's no one clear, simple formula, people who most of the time have content that goes viral, it's usually trending content. It's usually content that is being already discussed at the moment, and they usually provide highly controversial opinion, or they usually provide a very relatable opinion. Example, economy is going downhill. Somebody could film a video in the car crying, saying it sucks, they've been fired. I've got a mortgage to pay. Here's what happened to my story. My Starbucks has been messed up as we speak. That's not the strongest example, but it's relatable, and it just speaks about the economic downturn. So ideally, it's a trending video, but it also has certain emotion. You need emotion in it, or you need a strong opinion in it. If it's boring video that doesn't provide a perspective, then it's probably not going to work well. And that should start right from the very beginning. You could say, you know what sucks about buying a used car? Well, it's because it doesn't work in like a week. It breaks down and you already paid the money. And that happened to me like just yesterday. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, especially if there's a certain trend. Or you could talk about Elon Musk. Like you want to combine those two, a strong hook. You want to have a certain controversial opinion, emotional opinion, or you want to show emotion in the video that is connected to a discussion that happens at scale, ideally. If you try those three things, it doesn't mean that you'll go viral at all, because nobody really knows when that happens. And most of the time, the content that you think is the best doesn't work, and the content that you thought sucked, it actually did work. But it will give you a better chance.
Yeah, interesting. Can you tell about the length of videos? I know that short videos are trending now. Most consumers prefer watching this content because it doesn't take a lot of time, so you can watch, enjoy. But when we are talking about educational content, it's hard to transfer all important data in a short video. Once I asked Lily Ray, she is one of the best about EAT, expertise authority trust, and I asked her, can you help me to film about EAT for my SEO course? And when she knew my format, she told me, I don't know how to transfer data in a short format. It's impossible. It takes hours of education, learning. So can you tell how to find the right balance to transfer all important data, considering that people prefer watching short videos?
Yeah, I think you want to just show the few key things that will help them explain a story. If you just show too many, there's a certain amount of real estate, let's say, that you have to work with when you do a video 1920 by 1080. It's not a lot. If you just show small text, nobody's going to read it. You want to just identify a few key bits of information that you absolutely want to show that doesn't look overwhelming. I wouldn't put more than 2 points and at a screen at the same time. It's a fine balance. Amazingly, so many creators get it wrong. It's an artistic taste. There's no one clear way to do it. You just need to be a good editor with a good taste, and you just need to see like what works, what doesn't. There is no it needs to be looked at a very specific case, like what is it, what are we trying to communicate, and what format we should try, because there are different ways how you could do it. But if you want to show text, or you want to show information, you want to just point a few key highlights. You won't be able to show it all in the video, because if you do, then it's just a boring slide deck, and nobody reads those, nobody cares. Usually, I'll give an example. If, let's say, I do a video about Ukraine, I do a video about Russia, I usually show headline, or sometimes I would show like a highlight of 3 words that really matter, but nobody's going to read the whole article. That's not the point. So it's a very fine balance, and there's going to be a compromise, likely. If you're doing a short video, like this is an SEO course, there are 3 things you need to absolutely remember about SEO, or 3 common things that people forget. 1 is this, 2 is that, and you want to just show a few little highlights. You normally don't want to put too much data. It's just a little sneak peek, and then go watch the full video on YouTube, go watch the full video on teachable.com or Patreon, or wherever you would try to channel people.
Yeah, love it. You mentioned about boring. Let's talk more about that. For example, my loving author is Jack London. no, when I read his books, I can forget about water, about meal, about anything. I can read 8 hours because I'm part of the journey. I can
Right.
feel this adventure. I wanna read this book. I don't want to do anything, just to keep doing on this journey. But no, and my loving content creators, book authors, who created content before digital, before internet. For example, Joe Sugarman. He wrote a book about how to retain audience, how to catch their attention in the beginning, and I see it's the same with digital. Now today, most videos are bounced for 20 seconds, if I remember correctly, on YouTube. You can get this data. Like 80% of people bounce in first 20 seconds. It's hard to get their attention. Can you tell how to do it? How to hook them and give a solid reason that this video will help them decide their problems or entertain them? It doesn't matter what kind of goals, but how to catch their attention.
Yeah, the easiest one is just identify the most interesting bit of the video that you have, put it at the front. That's the easiest one. If you do, like, it doesn't require any thinking. Like, whatever the most emotional or the intriguing moment that you have, you want to highlight it. For example, there's a good channel like World of Boxing on YouTube, and they have a very good actually Mike Tyson video, and they would start with like November 1989, like they say New York. Mike Tyson comes out on stage. So it's basically just immediately puts you in that frame of mind and shows you the frames. You're already like, oh, what's going on? I'm so interested. Versus if you just say, hey guys, my name is XYZ, nobody cares. Yeah, those 3 subscribers or whatever subscribers that you have do care, but new people don't know who you are. They don't know what's going on. Like usually you want to highlight the most interesting bit in the video should go at the very beginning. And then there are 2 ways to do it. You could either, more advanced way is you re-engineer the script where you start from the hook and then you would just go into your video. That just takes more work. Most people, they will just, and that's fine too, just cut that interesting bit or sequence, put it at the front of your timeline, show it, and then you'll basically have animation or you have an intro about yourself and you'll do the video. That would be like the easiest. I mean, there's more nuances in that, but generally it's skip the intro. Like that would be like the key thing I would just say. Just don't do the intro. Don't do like, don't just do this boring introduction. If let's say you had 5 seconds to tell your story to somebody, what would it be? Like you would say, hey, this guy fell and like Elon Musk did something. That's what you want to say at the beginning. And then you'll say other stuff that you already wanted to say later. So that I would just do that and it will get better.
Yeah, agree. If your name is not Elon Musk or Bill Gates, because if Elon Musk can say, hello guys, I'm Elon Musk, I can share how I earned $200 billion, yeah, I will watch this video, So, but if your name is no name, yeah, I agree.
It doesn't matter, to be honest. Like you don't have to be like really well known in a sense that like those famous guys will get away with pretty much saying anything, but you could use their names. You could use like well-known stories to your advantage in massive ways. I mean, obviously we'd need to look at the example, but if you're doing any kind of like storytelling or documentary work for famous like startups or businesses, you could say a lot in just a pure simple voiceover, and it's going to be very successful because like the classic example, one of the best YouTubers in the world who cracked it, and he's probably one of the best YouTubers I've seen, one of my favorites, Doug DeMuro, who reviews cars. He's an insanely good guy in a way that he makes videos that are better than Top Gear, that are better than BBC, that are better than anyone, with basically the old camera with like almost zero editing, and he has 4.5 million views, and it is better because see, the thing is, and you asked me about it, it's a little bit more advanced, but like you asked how much text should we show. A lot of times you don't need those fancy edits. People don't come to watch a video for the edits. Nobody cares about that transition. Show me something interesting. Show the personality. Tell it in an interesting way. What Doug DeMuro does when he reviews his cars, it's just an amazing presentation. You don't need the camera to move all the time to keep you engaged. It's about the way he explains what's interesting. And as a matter of fact, I know it because if you have more editing done, it will damage the video. So in a way, he's one creator who's able to beat BBC, like a legions of editors they have on their team, because you don't need that editing. You just need a good story and a personality on video to explain it, and people will come, especially if you're talking about something interesting. I've got a few guys like that who do car reviews. They've got like no editing at all with crappy camera. So it will be a mistake to think that you don't even need to do what Mr. Beast does in many ways, but it has to be a topic that has a lot of interest in general. But I would argue there are niches that are unexplored that you could fill in easily, regardless of how much content is being developed, which we could talk later if that's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting, of course. Okay, let's touch one more time about editing. I agree with that because for example, I see most websites online have traffic without nice looking pictures, nice looking design like Wikipedia, Investopedia, many other websites, because text is the foundation. Now it's more interesting for users than pictures, design. It doesn't mean that you don't need to use. Of course, if you can set up extra budget. If you can't, then skip it. It's the same with video content. Value, it's more important. Context, not nice looking design. So if you have no time or resources, then skip it. No, just share value, help others, support them. But if you have extra resources, time, or can delegate this task, why not? You can create this design. I agree. So let's talk about And you want to share more?
No. We can go. No, we can go to the next point.
Okay. Let's talk about finding ideas. I think you can find some trending topics, but like Jenna Ortega, she created this trend. So
sure.
Tell how to find ideas. You need to consider trends or how to create trends or use keyword research, anything about finding great ideas that will help to sell products in them. Because for example, if I get 1 million views but I can't sell product, I don't know what kind of content is it. Well, possible it's good for creating brand awareness, but companies need sales. Any ideas how to create content plan?
Well, there's if we're talking about businesses, then you ideally what matters is let's assume there are two options. Well, if you're a business and you don't have customers, and then if you're a business that has customers. If you're a business that has customers, go ask your customers what do they want to know about, make videos about it. That's pretty simple. Like you want to talk to your sales team, see what the questions they ask most of the time, what are they confused about, what do they ask a few more times that it's like they don't get it. Then make explainers videos on that, make more videos about it, send them, see how they react, and do more. If they like it, if they like the video, make something similar, go deeper into the topic. That would be the easiest one. If you don't have customers, you want to test. You want to talk. Ideally, you talk about something that connects to your product, because there's companies sometimes talk about abstract things, like they sell dog food and they start talking about golf. Extreme example, and it could work, but it's tough. It also, like people who like golf, would they buy dog food? Maybe, but it's a stretch. Ideally, you want to do something related to the dogs and have like some kind of a dog show, and then it naturally connects to who you are. But obviously, if you want to look at the topics, you can just do Google search, see which topics rank. You can do a YouTube search based on the key terms that you would like to talk about, and then just see what already ranks. Most of the time, content creators, we would steal the topics from others. We would just go and say, like, for example, dog food, and there will be a bunch of ideas, and then you can just, if you could make a video that is similar based on that title that already ranked, you just do that. So you don't necessarily have to reinvent something new. What you want to do is find a format that works, like whether it's an interview, whether it's a webinar, whether it's some kind of a recurring thing that you'd be doing, and what format of that thing you would do, whether it's going to be just you speaking into the camera, you interviewing people, you vlogging, you doing voiceover. Well, we don't know. So that you need a little bit of experimentation. But in terms of the topics, I would just do typical Google search, YouTube search. If you have customers, ask them and see what competitors are doing, and do your own version. Because if there's an audience that already exists, you serve them your version of the content, they will likely watch it.
Yeah, love it. Especially when you mentioned about to be yourself or consider yourself. I agree with that because for example, I'm not good dancer. Probably I'm the worst dancer ever. But so why I need to film content with dancing or singing, because it's not my strong side. I agree with that 100%. You don't need to replicate others and think more about your strong side. By the way, in the beginning of our podcast, you mentioned that viral video needs something controversial. And when I read interview with Jenna Ortega, she mentioned that she doesn't have dancing background. So she created these movements for 2 days, and right now the best dancers copy her style. Probably some of them can make much better because of experience, but anyway, it's trending. So can you tell about if you have no experience, how to find your style? Talking, speaking, dancing, singing. So without any experience, if you don't know what is your strong side, how to find it, and any tips about that?
It's very easy. It's very simple. It's actually exceedingly simple. What you need to do, I've been doing that I've done it for the last 6 years. I think I've tried what you need to do is 2 things. Try a lot of stuff and then listen to what people tell you. It really comes down to that. It might seem oversimplification, but it's not. You want to try lots of different things. I've tried video, I tried podcasts, I tried acting courses, I've tried all marketing roles, I've tried all consulting roles, full-time, part-time, all kinds of things. I tried it because I'm not happy. I don't like it. There's something, I'm like, it sucks. I really don't like it. I'm not going to settle. It's also, I think, a little bit of your personality. I'm not going to settle for something that is not phenomenal and not something that I personally enjoy. I don't enjoy working at the cubicle. I'm not going to be working 9 to 5. I don't want that. I want a lot of money too. Okay, good. So how do we do that? But that's slightly different. But you want to just try a lot. For example, I've started doing a podcast, very quickly realized I'm a very, very good interviewer. I'm a lot better interviewer than most people could ever be. And not because that I just am. And I'm like, oh, cool. Well, let me just develop it. Let me just go into it. And then it kind of evolved into the video. So you will get feedback from people, and you could also ask your friends, ask your network. But over time, you will see that you enjoy something more than something else. I've done acting classes. Absolutely hated it. It was the worst experience ever. I'm like, this is just nuts. I don't know how those people do it. I don't want to be there at all. Like, it's just repeating the lines, and then they do it one take, and then they do it again. It sucks. Like, and then you need to be like crying, or you need to be happy. It was just the most awful experience. I love comedy. I love stand-up, but acting, absolutely no way in hell. And it just was fast. Like, I only done 2 classes. I'm like, this is awful. I want to get out of here. So you will have those things. You will see what you like, what you don't like, and then over time you'll start seeing where you're good at, where you're not. But most importantly, you want to try different things, not just being stuck in one place. And not settling for something that's not ideal. You don't like 9 a.m. commute, you don't have to do that. Maybe at the beginning you do. We all had to, but then it doesn't mean that you should be so there's that combination of things.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's talk about mistakes. Can you list common mistakes that companies still do film and video content, and any tips, directions how to find a much better way?
I think the content they make is very 1999. It's very it has boring corporate music. It's too scripted. It's too unnatural. It's too expensive. They do one off. They do mostly product walkthroughs, demo videos. They all look sanitized, not real. They work okay, but they're really not that great. Um, they don't have personality in their videos most of the time. Most of the time, that doesn't apply to all the companies. But they're missing the media company mindset. Media companies figured it out a long time ago because their business is to keep people on air. That's what, if they're not doing that, then they're out of business. And that's a really good, like they say in the swimming pool, the best trainer is shark. Well, that is the best way to train. And that's how mass media companies work. So they figured out how to make, for example, the most engaging interviews. In 3 minutes, they'll get everything out of the guy on CNN or BBC. They got to do it. They got 3 minutes. So if companies, B2B companies or larger companies apply the same mindset to their videos and hire a presenter who explains their content, explains what they do, it would work a lot better. But they're not doing it because they're lagging behind by like 10 years, maybe sometimes a little bit longer. So it's just a different mindset. They still think that people got an hour to listen to the webinar. In fact, very few do.
Yeah, nice. You remind me, awesome book about I don't remember the author of this book, but he wrote about a girl, and this girl didn't have any friends. She was so strong, internal. She didn't speak with anybody else. But
Right.
when she started to write text on Tumblr, million of followers started to follow her because million of people are the same, so she found a lot of success by sharing about herself. She didn't copy others. She didn't try to be funny because she's not funny. It's not her direction, but she has strong personality to be yourself with internal voice. So that's a good example. If you're introvert, strong introvert, be yourself. Don't be funny. Share value. Help other ways. If you like humor, just do it. I remember some great stand-uppers. They failed after the first, second, third attempt. That was terrible. But after a few years, a lot of people can follow them, watch them. So yeah, I agree. It's better to have passion and be yourself. Don't copy others. Even nobody understands you around you, so you can post online and you can find million people who can follow you because our world is big, So yeah, I agree.
True.
Yeah, Sergey, I have the final question.
Sure.
Let's imagine you started from scratch without any experience, knowledge, skills. What would you do today to learn more about video production?
Myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I would do is I would I would go on YouTube. I would consume as much content as possible on YouTube, and I would be making at least a video a day. At least a video a day. And
nice.
Not caring about the quality. Just watch the content, how to make videos on YouTube. There is absolutely shocking amount of material there. And just go to make a video a day, prioritize that. You will learn so fast. It will be shocking. You make 365 videos, people will be blown away by how good you'll be doing in so many ways. If the video is something that is for you, you like it, it's the right thing for your personality. But that's what I would do. I wish I'd done it, but I didn't know that how important it was. Specifically, quantity versus quality. Quantity is far, far more important than quality. Nobody cares about that one video because you could spend a month, you could spend like 100K. That video will eventually disappear. What really matters is your is the skills and how long you stay in the game. If you stay in the game for 5 years, I could guarantee a few videos will work.
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't agree more with that. I'm on your side 100% because I dislike content ideas that you need to create only high quality content. But how you can create high quality content without experience? It's
Yeah, you
like
can't.
to make, yeah, like kids when they make the first step or to say the first word, it's terrible. I remember my first articles, they were terrible. Anything that
Yeah.
I did the first time, so terrible. But when you improve a little bit, day by day, consistency to posting content that Gary V shares a lot, you need to do every single day without any excuses why you can't today, what kind of party you have. Just do your job. Great offers, write plus 1,000 words a day. Great sportsman, train every single day. Cristiano Ronaldo prefers to hit a ball 1,000 times than read 100 books how to play soccer, because it's experience. So yeah, we see them on competition. We see Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Mike Tyson on the competition when they are great, but we don't see this hard work of training, these skills. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's so true. You just see like a little
Sergey,
preview. You don't really see the other bits.
yeah, Sergey, it's a big pleasure to get on my show, to learn from you. You share a lot of valuable insights. I love it. Tell our audience how they can reach out to you, learn more about you, follow you.
Yeah, likewise. Likewise. Thank you for invitation, Anatoly. Yeah, it was great. How they can find me? There's LinkedIn and YouTube. Those are the two easiest options. YouTube is if you just type SRE space live, you'll find my channel. Maybe I'll consider renaming it in the future. And on LinkedIn, that would be Sergey Ross, SREGEY, and then Ross ROSS. Type it in. There's like this pink background, so you'll be able to easily find my picture. And I would be on both. And there's TikTok, but just do these two, and then we could take it from there.
Okay, guys, you can find all these links in the description below. Listen us on Apple, Google, Spotify. Thanks again for your time. A big pleasure. I love your insights, guys. You need to follow Sergey because you can see a lot of valuable insights. Okay, guys, love you. See you.